best ways to learn. It's one of the most simple ways to learn anything, and that is repetition. Repetition. Keep doing something over again and again and again and again until it's second nature to you. You can do it without even thinking about it. It's so simple. Someone can look at you and say, wow, how do you do that so easily? You're like, I just practice. It's like when it comes to drawing sometimes. And when I was back in school, people were like, oh, you're going to draw? That looks hard, man. There's no way I can draw. And it's like, I didn't know how to draw either. I drew like crap. In fact, people in the past used to say that my oldest sister would draw better than me. But I kept at it. I kept doing it. I kept sketching things. I kept trying to trace things, sketch them, see what I can do to improve myself until I was able to make my own art style that people would like to see. And because of that, I was able to be good at it. But people have this mindset thinking that you're just automatically born with these gifts, these talents all the time, not realizing the hard work that goes behind it. Not everyone just automatically knows how to do something the minute they're born. When it comes to a talent, Beethoven to come out knowing how to play the freaking piano, okay? As of freaking other smart programmers knew how to freaking program the minute they were born. No, they learned it. They learned that it's something that fascinated them, and they kept going at it again and again until they made it their own style and kept doing it over and over again. People look at that with those with talent without realizing the hard work that puts into it. I remember watching a video of PewDiePie. He was learning how to draw, and he spent showing his video how long it took him to learn how to draw, and he learned how to do it. Old people go to community college to learn pick up certificates to learn how to do a new skill. It's not about to learn a new skill. You just gotta put the effort into it. And I think that's the problem. A lot of people don't want to put the effort into stuff. And it shows you even with anime, especially in shonen anime. It shows the characters doing something over and over again. Goku's constantly training, Naruto learning new techniques. I don't count Ichigo. Ichigo is something else. you know, they're training. They're learning how to do something special, and they keep doing it over again. You see, first Naruto was just using Shadow Clone Jutsus, and now he turned Shadow Clone Jutsu and even Rasengan. You see all the different kinds of Rasengans he has created, the different ways he uses his Shadow Clones. It's unique. Sure, the same techniques, but at least he's doing them over and over again to the point that it's repetition. He makes his own styles with it. He's become the masters of Shadow Clones and Rasengans and stuff. He even do the same thing with who else I'm trying to think of that does just do different styles. Goku. Every time people see Goku's coming in a car, and people think of the Kame wave, they always think of Goku, even though it was Master Roshi's technique and stuff. But Goku used it so many times at the point that he made it his own. Heck, there was one time when Krillin used Kame and he split it up to multiple versions and sent it raining down during the Saiyan saga. There's even another Dragon Ball Z game where Trunks was doing the Flame Kamehameha wave, which he has never done before in canon history. Or for some reason in that Boost Fury game, Trunks can do the Flame Kamehameha wave, making it his own, And that's what I get with Taiyo when it comes to this episode. What seems to be a simple rescue mission, rescuing the little brother Nato, who ate some poison and was starting to fall asleep. To get rid of it, he's off to save his kid brother, but then these two other spies from an actual government agency shows up, and they're Oga and Sui. Sui seems to be the highly skilled dude who do walking on a flower technique. A lot of people call that tiptoeing or just sneaking around because it's obvious. There are people out there who can actually walk and run without people even hearing them because they train themselves to be quiet all the time. To the point that they just walk around. People say that even about me sometimes. Like, yo, man, where you came from? Since school, even now in work sometimes, I'll be walking behind people and stuff. And they don't even know I'm behind them. They turn like, yo, man, where you come from? Like, I've been here the entire time, man. Sometimes I'm not even doing it on purpose. I'm just walking, like I go to the bathroom or I'm just in the same direction and they turn around like, oh, snap. But he's doing the walking on flowers, where he can just do things very fast, quietly, knowing and really sense him super fast. He honed his technique. And I bet that's through a lot of training and a lot of repetitivity. He kept doing it over and over again. repeatedly, and now to the point that he does it with like second nature. So obvious for him. And then you have Tayo, who wants to improve on himself after the humiliating defeats. And he goes by, telling him. He tells him every single moment, from train to them eating on the side of a building. I'm sorry. Sometimes people get what spies are supposed to be, and they take it way out of control. Sometimes that's the thing when it comes to Japanese fiction, is that they'll take a concept of something and they'll blow it out of proportion all the time. The point you forget that these are spies, not assassins, right? Because the way they do things is very interesting, Being outside a building, using weapons, a senior choice of weapons. In the West, we're still used to spies being people who take off the mask and they have gadgets and they infiltrate areas and stuff. And they're more concerned with completing the mission than it is to take someone out. But as in Japanese fiction, it's always out of proportion. Like you're like with Naruto, I forget they're ninjas sometimes. I'll be honest. With Bleach, I forget they're freaking Shinigami Soul Reapers because of the way they do things. And then even with One Piece, I forget they're pirates because how out of proportion they do things with these characters. To the point we forget. I thought spies are supposed to be quiet and supposed to blend in, but yeah, you have these two guys wearing these nice signature uniforms on the train and just walk around. Like, I thought spies were supposed to blend in, These people stick out like sore thumbs. The enemy can easily recognize them. It makes no sense when you really think about it. But the point is, is to have fun. Anyways, it's just one of my things, my pet peeves I have of some Japanese fiction is when they take a concept, they blow it out of proportion. But it's fun, so I can admit that. So yeah, Tayo is slowly learning things, where to the point where he's only able to rip off some of his clothing, but then to the point where now he's able to fully dodge even when Sui himself doesn't hold back towards the end. And Tayo was able to redeem his reputation of losing a humiliating defeat, but now he is seen to be the streaker now. He's a streaker now. Of course he is. Oh my goodness. This is funny. But yeah, I did. This is an episode that was nice. I really thought it was going to be more about the little brother and his chemicals and how he does things. But I guess that episode doesn't come just yet. But it will be here soon enough, where we learn more about him and how he just does all these crazy looking drugs and what he looks like under that helmet bucket and stuff. Very interesting. But yeah, instead it was more about Tayo and his training with the two government officials and stuff. We get to know these two, and of course, there's more to a person than meets the eye. He thought he was this dude who looked down on everybody, but he just believes that some people shouldn't be in places they shouldn't be in. If they are, they could lose their lives or something could happen to them. So he believes if you're going to do something, take it seriously and learn to make sure you hone your skills with it. And that's exactly what Tayo learned from this situation. Sui wasn't a bad person. He's just a very stern person because of his past and what he went through, He understands the consequences of not taking things seriously, or someone being somewhere they shouldn't be is very dangerous in a way. So he prefers that thing. So he's compassionate in his own way, you could say. And that's a nice lesson to learn, Sometimes people are stern because they know what things are about in that situation. So therefore, they're more serious about it and know the consequences of it. So they don't want those consequences to fall onto them. They want to make sure everything is the right way it should be, which is highly understandable. So yeah, this was a good episode. Tayo learned a lesson. We got 2 new characters. And I think we got one more. According to the intro, we got one more character actually to show up. It'll be very interesting how this person is. But anyways, that's all I got for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and of course, hit that bell icon. This is Madcrownxox. I'm Anime. Signing out.